Hello there! You're listening to the Pinoy MCU Fan, a bunk collective Filipino podcast where I get to talk about everything and anything Marvel Cinematic Universe. I'm your host, Jim. Hi everyone! Welcome back to the Pinoy MCU Fan podcast. Oh my god, it has been such a long time since I recorded and released an episode. So I feel like parang feeling ko naninibago uli ako kung paano ko gagawin 'tong mga recording ko. Pero, I am here and that is what's important. Um, how are you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing good. Gusto kong makipagtsikahan uli sa inyo, magkamustahan tayo, pero let's do that on the next episode na lang. Kasi for this episode, I wanna get straight into Secret Invasion. So, yun. Minamadali, parang secret ba talaga to? I don't know. Is it really a secret? Anyway, the reason why I was gone for so long, biglang chumika, No, but the reason why I was gone for so long, because I took a really long break just to have just to unwind. But anyway, oo nga naman, i-share ko na lang next episode. Kasi, I'm not gonna lie, Secret Invasion was one of the reasons why my break was too long, if that makes sense. I do feel like everyone has the same consensus when it comes to Secret Invasion. I'm not gonna lie though, it was a pretty good show. It was a pretty good show. Yeah, so so the first thing that I'm going to say is that it was a great show in the beginning. In the beginning, like, but then at the finale, I had a lot of comments about the finale. I really do. For me, it was a good okay show. Does that make sense? Like, for me, Secret Invasion was okay for me at first, and then it got better, and then biglang, ay, good na lang. Ay, ano to, parang, it was such like an up and down moment. It's not even up and down. It's just up and then biglang down. Parang sinabi ko na agad yung conclusion ko sa review ko sa Secret Invasion. Oh my God. But no, yeah, those are my like very conclusive thoughts about Secret Invasion. But anyway, I want to lay down the positives and like the not so good parts of Secret Invasion for this episode. So, as we all know, Secret Invasion stars, Nick Fury and Talos. Talos or Talos? Talos, which is a scroll. So, this show is very like, puro scrolls talaga and then Nick Fury. This show is very much, it is a deeper insight into the life of Nick Fury. Because in this show, we also, I will assume, guys, it has been months, so I do assume that you guys have already seen Secret Invasion. Kailan ba lumabas yung Secret Invasion? Nako, sobrang tagal ko nawala, pati yun nakalimutan ko. But no, it came out in June. So June, July, it aired during those months. And yeah, yun din yung start ng ng break ko. Yeah, so very personal din talaga tong TV show na to kay Nick Fury, because in this show we saw yung dynamics niya as a human and being Nick Fury, and how I'd say, paano niya trinato yung mga Skrulls na pamilya ni Talos tsaka yung mga kasama niya and the other refugees na nagstay dito sa Pinas. So it's not only yung mismong fleet nila Talos from Captain Marvel, meron ding mga intergalactic scrolls na they actually went to the Philippines. Nasa isip ko to the Philippines. No, they actually went to Earth to seek refuge. So, it was, how do I say it? But yeah, this show is very much Scrolls and then Nick Fury. So as we all know, we have, Samuel L. Jackson being Nick Fury, and then we also have Talos who reprised his role from Captain America. So Talos is played by Ben Mendelsohn, and then yung anak niya na batang babae na nasa Captain Marvel din, nakalaro ni Monica Rambeau. Malaki na siya ngayon and she is played by none other than Emilia Clarke. And we all know who she is. She's from, ano diba, Game of Thrones. Which is funnily enough, I haven't seen Game of Thrones. I'm so sorry. But I do know my friends have seen Game of Thrones. And I'm pretty sure you guys have seen Game of Thrones as well. And we also have Olivia Colman. She's also another famous British actress, but I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. I don't know where I have seen her before, but I do know her face. Like, I know that I've seen her before. So, yes, this show is a really, ano siya, very maganda yung cast, mga bibigatin. Bigatin yung cast. Ano ka ba? Nandiyan si Olivia Colman, si Don Chiro. Oh yeah, si Rhodey din nandun sa show. Tapos nandun si Emilia Clarke. Tapos nag-cameo din si, what's his name? Si General, no, not General, but Agent Ross. You know, si Agent Ross, which is, Everett Ross, yeah, Martin Freeman, and also Kobe Smulders, which is Maria Hill. So parang ang daming agents, marami-dami ding agents dito. Tapos nandun din si Rick Mason, which is from Black Widow. There we go. So this one is a very, very ayun, yun yung word na hinanap ko. Star-studded talaga tong cast na to. And also, si Gravik, yung parang kalaban dito sa show na to, is also played by Kingsley Benadir, which is the dude from Barbie. If you guys have seen Barbie movie, you would know how he looks like. You would be like, oh my god, this guy looks a lot like that guy from Barbie. But I'm gonna be honest as well. I still haven't seen Barbie, the Barbie movie. Oh my god. But I'll watch it soon once it hits the streaming platforms. So yeah, sobrang sineryoso ko yung break ko over the summer that I didn't really do much. I didn't even see Barbie movie in the theaters. But anyway, yeah, this cast is star-studded and ayun nga, a lot happened in those 6 episodes, you guys. So I'm gonna start out by talking about the positive ones. Of course, we wanna start on a positive note. So dahil because of the star-studded cast, alam mo na, the dialogues on this show are like strong. I'd say strong because ito yung isa sa mga strengths talaga ng Secret Invasion. And knowing na nandiyan si Samuel L. Jackson, you have Ben Mendelsohn, you have Olivia Colman, you have Emilia Clarke in there, you have Kingsley. Ito yung mga aktor talaga kasi na alam mong maganda sila magdala ng dialogue. Naku, Diyos ko, Samuel L. Jackson pa lang, we all know how good he is when it comes to his dialogue. So, conversations in this show is very important. So, ayun din talaga yung nagustuhan ko sa Secret Invasion kasi yung mga conversations talaga nila is very adult as well. I'm saying adult because like I had to use like my brain power. I had to use brain power to like really listen to them. You know what I mean? I think I tried showing this show to my little sister, but it would be hard for her to understand kasi malakas sila mag-dialogue dito. And you know how like Westerners talk, like may mga onting pagkakaiba and then apparently that's like a hint in their conversation, stuff like that. But I really enjoyed the strong dialogue on this show. So those are really one of its strengths. And aside from that, since ayun nga nabanggit ko nga na seryoso yung dialogue dito, maganda yung dialogue, strong yung dialogue. Yung show na to is very, very, I'd say it's one of the first pretty, dark-ish na palabas kasi grabe, may scene dito na pinasabog yung plaza. And I'm like, what the hell? It was so sudden. Like, it was on the first episode, like, pinasabog yung plaza. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, I literally, pati ako nagulat eh. I feel like the reason na nagulat ako was also because you wouldn't really expect this on a Disney show. I mean, let's all agree, this is, Marvel Studios is under Disney. So, alam mo na, medyo expected mo na medyo medyo ipapasoften nila yung mga ano, 'di ba? So yun, may part na nagulat talaga ako dun. Ta's may mga part na sobrang brutal kasi nila Gravik. So, yung scene talaga nila na brutal sila. Brutal talaga. And I'm like, there's this one scene na kinot yung like, yung leeg. I'm like, holy shit. Oh my God. So there are like, very ano siya eh, very, yun nga, brutal talaga, seryoso. Medyo dark-ish, pero yung brutal niya is hindi gano'n ka-brutal, you know what I say. Pero it's the brutalness is like enough to kind of like, oh wait, this is not like your typical pina-soften na palabas, you know what I mean. Pero I feel like Secret Invasion paved the way, not really paved the way, but like this is like one of the first MCU TV show that is like kind of darker. So when have you guys seen the trailer for Echo? Ayun yung Echo, mas brutal din yun. Mas brutal din yun. Pero I don't know if this is going to be under the MCU main stuff, but they did say that Echo is gonna premiere under like an umbrella section. Does that make sense? Like another section under the MCU Marvel Studios thing, if that makes sense. So parang I haven't seen other Marvel Netflix shows, but Daredevil was really, you know how gory that show is. It's very strong. I feel like I would rank Secret Invasion like third or fourth on the list. Like you have Daredevil on the top, and then second, and then third, and then fourth. Pang fourth yung level ng grabiness nito, I guess, ng Secret Invasion. Does that make sense? Like, mga babaan mo pa yung grabiness ng Daredevil. Ayun yung dating ng Secret Invasion to me. Which I really, really like. Because medyo nasa borderline. I mean, actually, I'm gonna be real. Gravik, yung Rebel Scroll, they're pretty much doing terrorism stuff. So, it follows yung grabiness, yung pagiging brutal ng tone ng show. And yeah, speaking of, I like how Gravik, one of the positive things, I guess, of the show is like, yung villain talaga is like brutal. Brutal kung brutal. So, that was really, I don't know, I find that not satisfying, but like, nagulat ako na he's a good villain. Not like, uy, hindi, wait lang ulit. Tama ba wording ko? Pero I'm not saying that he's a good kind of villain. It's just that as a villain, he really played that. He's really a villain. That's what you call a good portrayal of a villain. There we go. Ayan, yan. Maganda yung pagkaka-act ni Kingsley Benadir as Gravik. And I pretty much like how he's a good leader, but then also at the same time, he has like this temper, but then he's doing this for a reason. Then also at the same time, you gotta admit, yung process niya for doing something good for the scrolls are not really that good. So I'd find him kind of complex as a villain, but damn, the way he played that, the way he acts, the way the scenes he played out, pretty good. I enjoyed him as a villain, I'm not gonna lie. And actually, sa sobrang galing ni Gravik, medyo nagmukhang ano talaga si Nick Fury. I mean, si Nick Fury na yan Tapos medyo pinagmukha niyang ano, medyo parang mapapa-question ka na rin na, ala, Nick Fury, kaya mo pa ba? Kaya pa ba? Parang ganun yung dating. Sa sobrang galing ni Gravik, you know. So, I really liked Gravik in this show. One another thing is that, oh my god, Emilia Clarke, I kind of liked her character. She's very independent, very, she's very out there. And she's actually playing like a double agent. Because in the series, si Emilia Clarke, si Gaia, she's actually like Team Gravik. But then she stopped working with Gravik. So what she did was like, she goes back to her dad every now and then and like she works with her dad to like undermine Gravik, and of course in the end it worked. Oh yeah, that reminded me of something, but anyway, I'm gonna be talking about that later. Speaking of Gaia, oh my god, like guys, the final episode, I had a lot of issues with the final episodes, but if we're gonna be talking about Gaia, oh my God, tatlo na sila. Tatlo na silang super people. Diba? Kasi in Captain Marvel, we have Carol Danvers, and then we have Monica Rambeau, and then we have Gaia. Which is funny kasi with Gaia tsaka si Monica Rambeau are like friends, no? Best friends, nung bata sila. Tapos ngayon, tatlo na silang may powers. Like, that's great. Parang sila nga yung The Marvel. Wow, The Marvels. Hindi, pero Miss Kamala, Miss Kamala Khan, you are still part of the Marvel. So I guess quadruple. Ano daw? Sasabihin ko kasi sana trio, pero paano sila magiging trio kung apat sila? Kasi nandun si Kamala, 'di ba? Pero yeah, imagine mo yun, parang lahat ng girlies sa paligid ni Carol naging super people na. Which is also pretty cool when you think about it because in the last episode, nakuha lahat ni Gaia yung powers ng everyone, kung sino man yung nandun sa loob ng The Harvest, which consists of like a bunch of super people and alien and stuff DNA. So that's really, really cool. And then they have the scrolls. They have this like weird machine that can like inject you or like give you powers of everything in those DNA. And since scrolls sila, they have the ability to like shift into those powers, into those DNA or whatever. So that's how I understood it. Yeah, when you think about it, Gaia actually has the power of Carol Danvers, of Captain Marvel in her genetic makeup. And then alongside a bunch of other things. So that's really, really cool. And if you think about it, if Gaia can like work everything in her power, like if she can, I don't know, train or like utilize her new powers, then that would mean that she's one of the most powerful people on the MCU. Because damn, like she has alien DNA, she has Captain Marvel DNA, she has Thor DNA, she has Valkyrie DNA, she has Captain America DNA, she has Captain Marvel DNA, she has a bunch of other DNA. She even has Groot DNA. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. And I don't know, like imagine like Emilia Clarke playing a lot of these other characters with all of these other powers and stuff. It's amazing. It's amazing. But now that we're here, I'm talking about Gaia and we're talking about Emilia Clarke. I'm gonna go and talk about the not so good parts of Secret Invasion. So I'm transitioning from loving everything that Gaia has right now, all the powers that she has. I'm gonna be talking about how bad the stuff is regarding that finale scene. Honestly, like most of my rants on the negative side is about the final episode. So starting off from Gaia, from that immaculate scene of like having everyone's DNA in her, and si Gravik din nandun. Kasi pareha sila nakakuha ng powers na yun. Pero I think, um, yeah, Gaia was able to defeat Gravik. So I mean, that probably means that Gravik is like more or less dead now. So we only have one super scroll here, which is Gaia. I'm not gonna lie, that scene was pretty cool. Like, may scene kasi dun sa final fight na yun na is Emilia Clarke. But her arm is as big as Thor's, or like her arm is like Korg's arm, or like she's flying and then suddenly she's like a frost giant, like yung outer body niya or something like that. It's a mixed match of everything. Like in imagination, when you imagine about it, it looks and it sounds pretty cool, but then the execution when they did the CGI and the effects on it, it looked really funny. Like I don't know how to say it, but like it's Emilia Clarke. She is a pretty small woman. We're probably the same height. And then they CGI'd Korg's arm on her, which is like yung proportion ba ng pagka-CGI is like hindi proportion sa kamay ni ni Emilia Clarke. Parang legit na isang malaking Korg arm yung nandun. Tapos, ganun din, which is I find funny. It's kind of funny looking, but then I guess also at the same time it kind of makes sense because scrolls change exactly to whatever they're trying to, gayahin. They cannot really morph into, in the end, does that make sense? Like parang, I'm gonna get your skin, I'm gonna put your skin on my skin. Hindi ganon, like, kinokopy nila exactly. So, kung gaano ka kalaki, ganun ka nila ika-copy. Hindi lang nila ika-copy yung mukha mo. Pag ika-copy nila yung mukha mo, pati yung height kasama. You get what I mean? Scrolls are like that. Very literal yung pagka-copy nila. So, I guess, it kind of makes sense kung bakit hindi proportional yung arm, yung malaking arm kay Emilia Clarke. But then, I don't know kasi ang pangat talaga tingnan. Like, it looks kind of weird. Funny even. Like, I don't know. I feel like I really do feel like there should have been a way to make that final scene, that fight scene, I mean, that fight scene more maganda, more magandang panoorin, I guess. Pero nagigets ko yung vision kasi, ewan ko, ayun nga, pag iniisip mo lang, while, for example, may iniisip ko na talaga si Emilia Clarke having all these powers and having the ability to shape into these amazing characters, amazing superheroes. It was great. It was great. There was even a time in that scene that she flew like Captain Marvel and she's glowing and her hair is amazing. But then there are moments in that fight scene that was way too like hindi ko ma-explain eh, pero basta guys, pag napanood nyo, alam nyo yung sinasabi ko na parang there should have been a way to make this scene look better, look good, like better. But I'm gonna comment on that. It's bad CGI and it takes away from the whole scene. And it does not feel authentic, I'd say. Hindi na siya ganun ka, ano. It's not that fun anymore, I guess, for me. Kasi masyado na ako na-distract sa CGI. Pero when I mentally think about it, it's pretty cool. Aside from the bad CGI, I'm gonna talk about the intro of Secret Invasion. I dislike it so much because it is kind of AI made. I'm saying kind of because the studio who made the Secret Invasion intro is they won't say, hindi nila ayaw nila i-confirm or i-disapprove na AI ba yung ginamit nila or what. Pero based on the aesthetics pa lang ng video na yon, ng intro na yon, alam mo na it's AI agad. Like parang pre-nomp lang sa AI na, ay gumawa ka ng video, ganyan-ganyan. And I don't know, the producers even said that they're kind of trying to like, they're aiming for that AI feel. Kasi daw, that's how scrolls are. Like, ayun yung reasoning nila behind using AI aesthetics for the introduction video. But it's a really bad intro. I'm not gonna lie, it's a really bad intro. Like, scrolls, you really cannot distinguish a scroll from a human. That's one of the things that like makes Secret Invasion or like fighting Gravik and everyone kind of hard because they all look the same. They can really copy you down to every part of your being. Syempre, yung conversation part lang. Pero pag titingnan mo, they all look the same. They really look like you. That is the point of a scroll, right? That's the point of their shape shifting. But then, for you to take that and say that, oh yeah, we're trying to recreate that field using AI. Because, like, scrolls, you can't really distinguish, right? But the thing is, when you see AI art, you already know that shit is AI. So, you're not fooling me. The scrolls can fool you, but AI cannot fool anyone. Lalo na sa art, when it comes to AI art, you can really just tell that it's AI. So that message is like, it sounds bad to me. That message is not landing on me. So I pretty feel bad. Like, why did they go with that route for that intro? So it's a missed opportunity to like have real artists work on that. You know what I mean? Anyway, let's go back to the final episode. Okay, before I talk about how shitty the episode was, the last episode, there are a lot of episodes prior. I really enjoyed the scenes with like Nick Fury and his wife. That one was really fun, and I love how badass his wife is. Like, oh, I get it. That's why you're a Nick Fury wife. Like, that's why ikaw yung missus ni Nick Fury. Really badass. I love her so much. But yeah, after those stuff that are like really good, I feel like the final episode really took everything downhill. Cause you can tell that there's a scene. One of the most important scenes on the final episode was mahalata mong reshoot. Kasi merong super importanteng conversation, pero sobrang pangit yung pagka-framing, pagka-edit, pagka-film. Alam mo talagang reshoot siya. Tapos, you can just tell that they didn't really think this one through. And that one is kind of sad because maganda sana eh. Maganda sana yung dialogue nila. Maganda sana yung scene. Kaso yun nga, bakit walang nag-double check ng framing dito? Bakit kasi ito reshoot eh? Ang ganda-ganda naman. Parang, sobrang pangit talaga ng editing. Like, I literally cannot get over it. It was just so bad. I was watching it. I'm like, oh my god, I feel like I can do so much better framing than this. Like, yun lang. Parang, oh, I feel kind of sad. The quality went down with that one. Yeah, I feel weird about it. Yeah, that's one of the things why the final episode is so bad. Because medyo nawala na yung consistency throughout the throughout the TV series. Dahil lang dun sa one scene na yun sa final episode. Oh my God. When I remember it, I just, napapagano na lang ako. And also, a lot of people die on this show. Like, and I feel like, I don't know, hindi ko pa rin matanggap na namatay sila sa Secret Invasion. Sa Secret Invasion sila namatay. So, that was not fun. Like, imagine Maria Hill, Agent Hill, na nakita natin since 2012, di ba? Avengers pa. Namatay siya, guys. Namatay siya doon sa ano. Doon siya namatay. Grabe. Doon siya namatay sa Secret Invasion. So, I feel really bad about that. I feel really bad. Like, I feel like she didn't deserve to die in that show. But, I guess, hindi talaga nila sinulat, ano. Tapos, si Talos din, doon din siya namatay. I feel like si Talos, medyo may make sense pa kasi nga, scroll nga na TV show yun. So, okay, he died. Like, parang ganun. Yeah. Parang it's just an okay. Parang okay lang na just siya namatay. Pero sa Maria Hill, oh my God. I don't know. I've seen her a lot in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. as well. Tapos nako, mamamatay lang siya dito sa Secret Invasion. Ayun. And there's a lot of cameos as well on this show, which is pretty fun. Which is also one of the positive things. But yeah. Speaking of cameos, a lot of names also was seen on this TV series. So, lalo dun sa final episode, kasi nga, di ba, kunento ko, yung The Harvest, nandun lahat ng DNA, nung a bunch of everyone. Kasi, yung The Harvest, nakuha lahat yung DNA from the Battle of New York, upstate New York. Actually, it's called Battle of Earth. Everyone and their mamas was there on upstate New York. So, may Avengers campus, like upstate New York. Endgame, yung Endgame fight, tawag ata nila doon is Battle of Earth. So, kahit yung DNA ni Thanos nandun sa patag na yon. So, ang naglinis nun is mga trabahador ni Nick Fury, which is yung mga Skrulls, like Gravik. So, nung nilinis nila yon, nakuha nila lahat yung mga DNA na mga nakipagsapalaran doon sa battle na yon nung Endgame. And then, of course, they all gathered the DNAs, and then Nick Fury had that saved in this one capsule thing, which everyone calls the Harvest. And ayun, so bale, binigay nila kay Gravik. So, yun nga, di ba, kwento ko nga si Gaia at si Gravik nagkaroon na superpowers ang everyone. Nagaling sa The Harvest. So, parang ginawa ni Gravik is, kinuha niya yung The Harvest, tapos nilagay niya sa parang computer, and then the computer read everyone's DNA that is inside The Harvest. And then, ayun, sa computer screen, pinakita yung mga characters, yung mga people mga DNA ng people doon. And, the naming of the people, DNA, and that stuff was so wrong. It was so terrible. Parang, para lang ano ba, parang may pinagawa lang silang intern ilagay niyo lahat ng pangalan diyan, lahat ng pangalan ng mga nasa Endgame, Battle of Earth, lagay niyo lahat ng nilagay nila lahat yung pangalan in a sense to the point na hindi na nag-make sense. Like, for example, why would you put Captain America lang na name, imbes yung pangalan ng tao? Yung title lang ng tao yung nilagay, hindi yung mismong pangalan ng tao. You know what I mean? Like, superhero names lang, hindi yung mismong name nila. Like, nakalagay, Captain America. And I'm like thinking, which Captain America are they talking about? Because Steve Rogers has a serum, but like Sam does not have a serum. He's just a man. So like, Inisip ko na din na parang, baka hindi nila alam na bago na yung Captain America natin ngayon, blah, blah, blah. But no, I feel like if you're a scientific person, you would, kung scientist ka, lagi mo ilalagay yung actual name ng whatever kind of like species or like whatever sample that you have. You wouldn't just put like human. What does human mean? Sino yan? Parang kailangan mo yung paano ng tao, 'di ba? 'Di ba ganun 'yon? So parang dun lang ako na medyo scientific na yung reasoning ko dito. Parang parang ba't Captain America lang yung pangalan? Ano ba yan? Sino ba yan? May Captain Marvel. Inisip ko, okay, siguro kasi isa lang yung Captain Marvel natin, so it makes sense. Pero yung Captain America natin, ang dami na kasi. Di ba pangatlo na nga ang Captain America actually si Sam, di ba? Si The Falcon. Pero I don't care. He's the second one kasi naalala ko na naman yun sa The Falcon and the Winter Soldier na yung pangit na Captain America. But anyway, you get what I mean? Parang hindi yung mismong pangalan nila yung nilagay. Tapos may mga alien names din. Nandun nga din si Thanos eh. Si Thanos nandun din. Tapos, eto pa. Merong ghost daw. Ghost. Ghost lang yung nakalagay na pangalan. Eh, di ba dapat yung actual pangalan ng tao yung ilagay? Kasi, sino ba si Ghost? Parang kilala ba nila yun? Pero, I guess, medyo nitpicking on my part na yun, na parang, pati ba naman yung monitor, ang laki lang ng problema ko. Pero yeah, I feel like it just kind of turned me off. You know why? Also, kasi may scene eh. Nandun yung scene na nagda-dialogue sila na ang pangit ng cut. And then, right after that, lumabas tong The Harvest sa computer, yung mga naming ng DNA. So, parang, I guess for me, when I was watching it, ay naku, ano ba yan? Sunod-sunod yung mga medyo may problemang part, ano ba yan? So, parang for me, the experience of watching it was kind of like, ako na yung na-stress. So, yeah, I really hated the finale episode on Secret Invasion. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even gonna cover up that fact. But, yeah. So, I guess that's all that I can talk about Secret Invasion. Pero, when thinking about the future, like after this one, medyo obvious okay, yung next nito is next na yung The Marvels, which is actually showing right now at the time of recording. The Marvels is already showing and I haven't seen The Marvels. Pero it's pretty obvious na, ito yung kasunod kay Nick Fury. So, yeah. So, for Nick Fury, if you wanna know what he's been up to before the Marvels, it's honestly Secret Invasion. Pero do I recommend people to watch Secret Invasion before watching the Marvels? No, you don't really have to, because it is just a story about Nick Fury. And even though Talos is here and Gaia is here, two people that were also close with Captain Marvel, I don't think you need to watch Secret Invasion just to quote unquote understand the Marvels. You don't really have to, honestly. But yeah, I feel like if you want to, then go ahead. But I personally do not recommend watching Secret Invasion for any other reason. If your reason is like, I just want to catch up before the Marvels, well, yeah, you don't really have to watch Secret Invasion. You can watch it if you want, but I'm telling you, you have to like adjust your expectations. So, yeah. I sound very tired, but I don't know, cause this show is kind of not that good. So, it was just an okay show. But yeah, I guess we are ending on a bad note. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, I guess that's my review for Secret Invasion. I don't think they're gonna have another season for this one, cause This is one of the kind of not good. Actually, I'm not gonna lie, this is like the worst MCU TV show. I'm so sorry for saying that, but if ever they are planning for another Secret Invasion season 2, I hope that they get like better writers, I guess. Not writer eh. Medyo bet ko yung writing on this show. It's just that the execution, like there are just some CGI stuff that was like really bad, and like some scenes were like not framed or edited properly, so I hope that they fix that if they're ever planning on a season 2. But god damn, I do feel like we're gonna see more of Gaia, so I hope na merong Gaia sa the Marvels, but if not, it's totally okay. But knowing the power that Gaia has now, we are definitely going to see more of like Emilia Clarke in the future of the MCU, and that part I am truly excited about, diba? So, yeah, we're gonna end this episode on an excited note, diba? So, if you guys have seen Secret Invasion or like, yeah, if you guys have seen Secret Invasion, tell me what was this like? Anong thoughts nyo? Anong comments nyo? So, as usual, you guys know the drill. Please do not hesitate to DM me on my Instagram account because I'm always up there. I'm more active on there, and chika tayo about Secret Invasion. And yeah, so see you guys soon. More like talk to you guys soon, right? Bye! Chika tayo, DM nyo lang ako. So yeah, thank you for listening on this episode. Thank you. Bye! Thanks for listening to the Pinoy MCU fan. If you enjoyed this episode and you'd like to support the podcast, please share it with others, post about it on social media, or leave a rating and review. To connect with me, you can follow or message me on social media at the.PinoyMCUFan. The Pinoy MCU fan is part of the Bunk Collective. Discover more podcasts at thebunkph.com and follow us on social media at thebunkph. That's it, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye!